first time I saw shadows dance on the wall, I knew it isn't just about lights. It's about mood, power, and control. The right light can make a man a king or a ghost. Forget three-point lighting. That's TV talk. Real drama lives in the shadows. A single source tells the truth. Rembrandt knew it, and so did Deakins. You want a light like cinema? Start with one light and learn to lose the rest. This is an Amaran F22C, but it could just be a $10 desk lamp. Any light source is fine as you start off. What matters is where you place your light. Popular key light angles are 45 degrees and 90 degrees. I typically don't like to put a light directly in front of me as it's never been flattering for myself, but I think that's just because I'm insecure about my nose. For real, I think it's huge. I have learned pretty much to always use some type of diffuser or softbox or just something that helps break that direct light from you or bounce it off of a silk. Never a bad idea. I wouldn't say just to leave your fill light or your key light open without any sort of diffusion. And honestly, silk and diffusions are not as expensive as I thought. And if you don't have money for those, you can for real just use a white sheet for right now and it'll work pretty close to the same. But I do recommend investigating and learning about the different types of silks and negative fills that you can use because they work as ND filters almost, as like stops on your camera. They have 2, 6, 8, and possibly more stops, but I don't think that I've seen those. Comment if you know. I feel like not though. And the one that I have on my setup right now for my light is a -6 stop, and it just really helps break it and make it look more natural and cinematic. Cinematography is subtraction. Add nothing unless it has a reason to be there. Flags, diffusion, bounce, these are your tools. And I've had to come to learn this the hard way. I wish I would have learned this rule sooner, or just accepted that I needed these tools more than I needed more lights. So it's not just to light, but to sculpt, to shape, to build the look that you want. That's how you're gonna make it cinematic. This is a black foam board that I got from Walmart for like $5. It kills the spill and adds contrast to your image. This bounce, just a $5 installation board as well from Walmart. Use the white side and it helps lift shadows. I typically will put this on one side opposite to what my negative bounce is or my negative fill, so you really get that good cinematic contrast that you've been looking for. I would say that this is how you control a scene. From here, you should then be able to establish if you want to add any more practicals, like that thing behind me. Added all my other lights and colors, and I decided I want a little bit more contrast and color, so I added a blue to contrast my yellow above. I really like how it turned out. Leave a comment and tell me what you think. Every light must feel like it belongs. From somewhere real, even if it ain't. That bulb in the frame, it's your alibi. Look at it that way. That window light, it's a lie dressed in daylight. That's all it is. It's never actually practical. Most people don't use the sun because it's so hard to control. Now, I'm not saying it isn't done. There are phenomenal cinematographers out there that really know how to use the sun, and there's apps that help you follow that as well. Me personally, I like to have as much time and control as possible, and that's shooting at night or in a black space. Motivated lighting, it doesn't mean that it's real. It means it feels real. That's the difference between a scene and a world. Ask yourself, where would the light be coming from? Place practicals in frame when possible. Let them justify the look that you're going for. Too many chase exposure like it's a god. But darkness? Darkness is where the soul of cinema lives. Don't be afraid of underexposure. Be afraid of saying too much. Expose for the highlight and let the shadows fall. Let the scene whisper, not scream. Start by exposing the brightest spot in your room. If your scene is starting with daylight, expose to that daylight and build your light around it. Otherwise, that's how you're going to get that blown out look in the window or the door where that light is coming from that you can't control, especially if you don't have any negative fill to take it away. Color temp tells the story before a word is said. On my Blackmagic, 3200 Kelvin is bluer, cooler, a little bit more dramatic. 5600 is the average Kelvin that someone does an interview at, commercial look, or is your average daylight. If you're not using tungsten, it's daylight, clarity, and exposure. Mix them, that's where the tension lives. The scene you're looking at right now is 5600 Kelvin, light pushed at my face through a -6 fill. My hair light is a tube with a barn door on it at around 3200 or 3000 Kelvin for that contrast. I have an additional blue for a practical, and I have a yellow just because I like a little bit of color in my stuff, even when it is commercial and clean. You want chaos? Clash your color temperatures, just like I explained to you. You want serenity? Keep it clean. Take that stuff away. Every Kelvin counts. Remember that. Use CTO gels to warm up your scene. Use CTB to cool. LED lights plus color gels equal endless palettes. I didn't want this to just be a tutorial. It's a reminder. You don't light a scene. You light a moment, a choice, a secret, a war. Whatever it is, make it cinematic. Make it yours.